Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well today. Trey Borup here again, and I just wanted to share some different variations that I know on 8 on a hand. Those of us who've played 8 on a hand for a couple years know that the rabbit hole is super deep for how many variations there are. You can do all sorts of different numbers of strokes, you can go into even and odd numbers and combinations of those, as well as what I'm going to be talking about today, where we're just going to add some different ornamentations to a pattern that we already have. So in the last video I made, we talked about playing 8 on a hand, and it was a 8-6-4-2-1 pattern where we go 8-8-8-8-6-6-6-4-4-4-4-2-2-2-2-1 at the end. So we'll play through that really quick, and we're going to play it at 75 beats, of course, with the metronome on. Here we go. 1, 2, set, go. Simple. If you're not ready for that right now, I would highly suggest to go into my previous video. You can find it on my page. It's just Trey Borup here on YouTube, and you'll be able to watch that. But if you're ready to take the next step, let's go ahead and start talking about it. So we'll call what we just played variation 1, which is a full 15-inch stroke. We can call that fortissimo, but I like to call it upstroke because between either stroke, except for the hand exchanges, we have a lift. We're not holding the drumstick down. We're allowing it to bounce back up to where we started from. So we have that variation in our back pocket already. Let's go ahead and move on to variation number 2. It's really easy. It's basically the counterpart to what we just played, the opposite, where we're going to play all of the strokes at a piano level, about a 3-inch stroke at the highest. And I like to call this variation downstroke because we're not going to allow the drumstick to bounce back up. We're just going to keep it low. So here we go. I'll count us off. 1, 3, 1, 2, set, take, go, take, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. One more time with that, but it's pretty simple. But I always like to repeat things just to make sure it's ingrained, and you should too. Here we go. 1, 3, 1, 2, set, take, go, take, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here come the sixes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Twos. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Great, great, excellent. I'm glad that you're getting it. So let's move on to variation number 3, where we're going to put an accent at the beginning of every hand exchange, and all of the notes preceding that are going to be low, just like we were doing before. I like to call them downstrokes. So we'll have an accent followed by downstrokes. Here we go now. 1, 3, 1, 2, set, take, go, take, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's play that one again. 1, 2, set, take, go, take. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here comes the sixes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Most of my students have the hardest time with the twos in that exercise because the accents become so close together, and executing upstroke, downstrokes that close to each other is really difficult with all the preparations involved. So I'll play it once in slow motion, just the twos at about 50 beats per minute. So here we go. 1, 2, set to take to go twos. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I feel my fingers and my wrists helping me to be able to execute this motion. Takes a lot of control. Go ahead and check in and make sure you're playing in the center of the drum pad while you're doing this. We'll do it for a few more measures. One more time. And stop. Good, good. And now if you need to do smaller chunks and then work up to that long of a sustained set of twos with accents mixed in there, please take your time doing so. That will be the logical way to approach it. Let's move on to the next variation though. We've got variation number 4, which is an accent on the opposite end of the hand exchange. So if we're counting to 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the accent is going to be on the 8. And if we're talking about the 6s, the accent will be on the 6. 4s, the accent will be on 4s. And the 2s, the accent will be on the 2. So I'll play it once for you, nice and slow, at that same tempo that we just left off at with the 50, and then we'll bump it back up to 75. 2, set to take to go, take. 1, 2, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Let's do that again at the same tempo. 1, 2, set to take to go to take to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Very good. All right, let's bump it up to 75 real quick just to hear what it sounds like at a little bit more brisk of a tempo. 1, 2, set to take to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Awesome. Okay, so last variation is going to be a drag before the hand exchange with an accent at the beginning. So it's like we're playing number 3 again with a drag right before the accent. So I'm going to keep it at 75 just for help with the length of the video. But go ahead and slow it down if you need to, okay? Here we go. Now 1, 2, set to take to go. 10. Pretty cool, huh? It's one of my favorites to play. I'm going to play it for you one more time. 1, 3, 1, 2, set to take to go. Awesome, awesome. So, and if you want to take things a step further, you can play these in succession without any stops or taps in between. I'm going to have to make one attempt at it. Hopefully I don't make any mistakes, but I hope you enjoyed learning about all these variations, and thank you so much. Here we go, now 1, 3, 1, 2, variation 1. All right, I almost made it through without any boo-boos at all, but I have one there at the end. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments, and please let me know what you think. Give me a like and subscribe. Thanks and have a great day.